Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Nick from Rise Up Reactions. I'm back with another video today, just breaking down some NBA things that have happened over the last couple of days, weeks. I know I don't make a ton of sports content anymore on this channel. It's more music reactions, but if you want me to do more sports, let me know. I have a Google form in my description. You can put whatever kind of suggestions you want in there. If you want me to do more sports, let me know. But so to start out, I got to talk about Ja Morant first, because the whole Ja Morant situation right now is crazy. I mean, first of all, if you don't know who Ja Morant is, first of all, if you're watching this and maybe you want to support me but you're not a super big basketball fan, Ja Morant is a player for the Memphis Grizzlies. He was caught on Instagram Live about 2 or 3 months ago, pointing just like holding a gun basically on the screen. And obviously you can't just have guns with you on Instagram Live. It's not appropriate for, especially as an NBA player. You just can't do that. So he got suspended for a lengthy amount of time. He was heavily fined and was told, like, don't do that again. He said he got help for it. He came back, he started playing again, and just a couple of days ago now, he was caught again with a gun on Instagram Live. So what's going to happen with Ja? Most likely he's going to get suspended, or I think he should be suspended for the whole year next year. I think it should be done for the whole year. I mean, it's a pretty big deal, especially since it's his second time doing it. This time it was not his Instagram, it was somebody else's. He was in the car with somebody. The video pointed over to him and he was caught doing it. But I think the league's probably only going to suspend him for maybe a quarter of the season is what it sounds like. Maybe a little bit more than a quarter of the season, which, you know, I don't know if that's fair or not. I don't know what y'all think should happen with that, but, you know, doing something twice when you're told not to do it after the first time, it's kind of like, okay, you've learned your lesson, like, don't do it again. The first time I thought it was really bad. I'm like, this guy, like, what is he doing? But then when you do it again, it's like, okay, I'm not really sure what the point of that is. And, you know, he clearly, if he got help for it, he didn't get enough help because he's doing it again. And obviously you can do it, you want in your spare time, if you want to joke around. I don't care what you do in your free time, but if it ends up online, that's a whole different story. And that's kind of where I stand on that. I think he should be suspended for, you know, at least half of the year, if not the whole next year. And I love Ja as a basketball player. I don't want to see him get suspended, but when you do something like that, that's kind of what comes with the territory. Moving on, let's go on to Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals. Starts tonight as y'all are seeing this. It'll be the Western Conference Finals first. Again, it'll be the Denver Nuggets against the LA Lakers. This was the bubble matchup, as well as the Eastern Conference Finals. This is the bubble matchup from 2020. Same 4 teams, same matchups. What do I expect? So let's go quickly through this. If you want me to break it down a little bit more in another video, let me know. I think it's going to be a battle of who can win down low. Is it going to be Nikola Jokic, or is it going to be Anthony Davis? Whoever can come out on top of that matchup, I think, will control the series. I think the Nuggets have definitely had a lot less playoff success than the Lakers have, even though the Lakers haven't had a ton. But when LeBron has been there and the teams LeBron has been on, he has had playoff success. He knows how to win. Lakers are a very good defensive team. The Nuggets are a decent defensive team, but they rely a lot more on their offense. Their Jokic obviously is unstoppable most of the time down low, but he's not as athletic. And if Anthony Davis can stretch him, play outside the perimeter, on the perimeter, then I think the Lakers can really make this a series. If Jokic cannot be stopped and he's just unguardable, if Michael Porter Jr. gets really going, if Jamal Murray can't be stopped, then it's going to be a quick series, I think, possibly for Denver. I think Denver has more talent, to be honest. I know LeBron and AD are super, super talented individual players, but LeBron is 38. He's older. I'm not betting against LeBron. I'm just saying he's an older player. He can't do the heavy lifting that he did. Even in game 6 of this last series, LeBron completely just took over in game 6, and he had 30 points, I think. We just saw Jason Tatum the other night, which I'll get to in a minute. He scored 51 in a game 7, and then Curry a couple weeks before that scored 50 in a game 7. So when you think of LeBron, that was about as good as LeBron could probably play at this point. You're not going to have LeBron go score 45 points in a game. So if it comes down to it, I don't think Anthony Davis can score that either. I think Jokic will kind of be on him and will not let AD get what he could against, Kevon Looney or whoever they played last series that could guard him. Draymond Green, I just don't think that Anthony Davis is going to get quite the looks he got in the previous series. So all that to say, I think it's going to come down to the battle of Jokic versus Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis is a much better defender. So if Davis can take Jokic out of his game, then it's going to be tough. LeBron is going to be consistent. You really don't know who's going to be consistent for Denver. I know that Denver has had less experience. They have looked better. They've looked like the better team this year. And I think a lot of people are counting Denver out. So with that said, I think Denver will win this series. I really do think Jokic will finally break out of that and get the job done, especially because he lost the MVP this year. And looking now at Joel Embiid, it looks like Jokic deserved it more. But that was a regular season award. I mean, Jokic is averaging a triple-double in the playoffs. It's ridiculous. But so that's what I kind of have to say about that. Moving on to the East, it's the Celtics versus the Heat. This series is basically very simple to me. If Tatum and Brown can be consistent, they will go past the Heat, because the Heat are an 8 seed for a reason. They were a play-in team. Now, they beat the Bucks for a reason, and that's because they're a very good team. They played very hard defensively, and they can do that. And I'm sure if you asked a Bucks fan, they would say, oh yeah, that Miami Heat could beat the Boston Celtics because they beat the Bucks. So it's kind of hard to say. It's yeah, you're an 8 seed, but you beat the 1 seed and the 4 seed, or for the Knicks, the 5 seed. Either way, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's hard for me to say which one I think is the better team. I feel like Boston by far is the better team. Jimmy Butler honestly is not probably 100% healthy at this point either. He's had a lot of time to rest, though. I mean, they got done with that series very quickly. The Celtics series went to 7 games, so he's had time to rest. Kyle Lowry's always going to be there. You're going to have your shooters. It's just a question mark of who can get the job done, and I think the Celtics will get the job done, but I would not be surprised if the Heat force a game 6 or 7 in this series and make it another long series for the Celtics. I was rooting for the Sixers, I'll be honest, in this last series, but Jason Tatum had one of the best performances in playoff history. It was the second round game. I don't want people to overlook that. I think a lot of people are saying, oh, Jason Tatum's unbelievable. It's yeah, he had a great game. He's been inconsistent, though, a lot. You look at game 6, all up until the 4th quarter, he was terrible. What kind of version of Jason Tatum are we going to get? Is this kind of where he starts to fall off and can't get the job done when Jimmy Butler's guarding him? Or will he continue to rise to the occasion and play like he did in game 7 throughout this next series? I don't know which one it's going to be. I know for a fact that the Heat, I think, are a tough matchup for the Celtics because they play very well defensively, but when it comes down to it, the Celtics just have way more depth and way more just better players, honestly, when it comes down to it. So I am predicting a Nuggets-Celtics finals. It's not going to be a fun storyline. I think the Lakers-Celtics storyline would be much better. I think the NBA wants that, if I'm being honest, but we'll see what happens. If y'all have any other suggestions of any videos I should make on this subject, please let me know. I have a Google form down in the description. Please fill in your stuff. If you want a song for me to do, if you want a certain video topic for me to do, let me know. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next Rise Up Reactions.